Well, welcome to Dunsfold. Here we are, June 2014, and we're about to show the public here the history of the first motor races in Britain, which are on these Dion Bouton Trikes. All these trikes are made between 1898 and 1900, and they're the very first motor race vehicles in Britain. I mean, it's amazing. And these pieces of kit are still here and being used and raced today. So in about an hour's time, we'll be taking them to the track and we'll be holding a 15-minute race on a quarter of a mile oval circuit, just like they used to do 110 years ago. In 1897, here we have the very first motor race in Britain. And we have Charles Jarrett, Biddy Bidlake and Charles Ridgway at the Sheen House track at Richmond Park. 1898, it's a bigger meeting, and we've got more racers here, including another famous one here called Selwyn Edge. And a few years ago in 2010, we started it all over again. We took the trikes to Silverstone, and here we are in the pit lane here at Silverstone and then on the main straight. We've since done it another couple of times at Mallory Park, and here we are at Dunsfold. So perhaps we can have a look at some of the trikes and I'll explain how they work. The trike started in 1895 when Georges Bouton invented this tiny little engine. It started at half a horsepower, but by 1898-99 they're up to around 2 horsepower. And as you can see, they're air-cooled, that's what these fins are, so there's no water involved. They're single cylinder, so that's a crankcase for one cylinder. They have electric ignition, and here's the plug which creates the spark. Now this, believe it or not, is a carburettor, because before spray carburettors came in, they had things called surface carburettors. And what this does is it takes the vapour and not the liquid. So the vapour is sucked in the inlet here to the head, and this is where the spark takes place. And we use a volatile liquid called hexane, which is rather more volatile than petrol. Petrol, of course, was only just coming in at the time. They didn't really understand its properties. Now, how do you start it? Well, a trike like this only has one gear. So you start it with the pedals, and this is how you do it. I'll show you. Start it. You put an ignition key in here, and all that does is to make the circuit. There, as my friend is doing here. So as soon as I start pedaling, hopefully the engine will fire, and off we will go.
Thank you.